already called mine. Death is at your doorstep, and it will steal your innocence, but it will not steal your substance. You are not alone in this. You are not alone in this. As brothers we will stand and we'll hold your hand. Hold your hand. You are the mother of your baby child, the one to whom you gave life. And you have your choices, and these are what make them great. His ladder to the stars. You are not alone in this. You are not alone in this. As brothers we will stand and we'll hold your hand. Hold your hand. I can move the mountains for you.
This has been my look for the last couple weeks. A little brighter than this, obviously, but this has been what I've looked out and seen, and it's a weird thing to keep looking at week after week. I know you are all tired of it, and so am I. It's a weird thing for me in that the sanctuary is one of my favorite spots. It's the place where throughout my priesthood, throughout my time with you, I just come. I wander over in the middle of the day. I stand here. I pray. I sit down and enjoy the quiet space where no one is. But right now, it's always quiet. And that is disheartening and weird at best. The stillness broken only by the water, and if you could see it, the light. I went ahead and lit that one. We started this stream with the words from the song from Mumford & Sons, Timshel, sung by my friends from GQ, saying, "You are not alone in this. As brothers we will stand, and I will hold your hand." Hold your hand. tons of you are asking, and I wanted to get to it earlier this week, and there just was not time as we continued to prepare a plan of how we move forward. Where are we now and where are we going? And that's not an easy answer and an easy question. The bishop has given us permission to begin to move into phase 2, not to enter phase 2, but to begin the plans. Phase 2 will only be entered by the diocese if we have 2 weeks of consecutive downward testing results and a signed covenant agreement with each church stating that they've got a plan in place and they're ready to enter into phase 2. The vestry and I have the guidelines from the diocese, and we've been going over them, and they've appointed a small committee. Jerry Valey, Nina Fisher, and Catherine Purley and I have met and gone over those and come up with some things that we think will keep you all safe as we begin to ponder what moving back in this space will look like. I want to thank them for their incredible work and the work that I'm doing now to sort of finish it. Jerry wrote it up and sent it to me, and I just have a couple addendums to add before I send it off to the full vestry to vote on and look on and send out. The bishop has extended our time of fasting from public gathering through at least the 24th, which means the first weekend we would even be feasible for us would be the 31st. And I believe in my heart that we will not be ready until probably the 7th. There's just so many things to get together so that we can keep you protected and to follow the guidelines set forth by the diocese. Don't hold us to any date. It is, as we have said many times, a moving target at best. But one of the things that we are required to do is communicate with you all for a couple weeks about the plan, and I don't want that communication to be the delay, and so I wanted to make sure that I got something out today so that we would be able to point to it as the beginning of our communication before the plan even went out. As you all begin to think to come back, know that it's not going to be the same as it was. Nothing will be. It will be different. And different doesn't mean bad. It just means that it will be different. Different always takes, for people in the church, a long time for us to get used to. It was a different thing that Jesus did in coming, and it took a long time for people to get used to it. It was a different thing when the Holy Spirit came, and we're still not used to it. And it is a different thing that we do as people of faith, and the world is not always used to it. Some of the things that I want you to be prepared for and to be able to begin to think and get your mind wrapped around. Anybody who has health issues, anybody who is lives with someone with significant health issues needs to stay home. We want to keep you safe by keeping you home. And we will continue streaming so that you can continue to be part of the service, and we will hold you and love you and think of you every moment that we're here. The diocese asks us to encourage anybody who is 65 or older to consider not being here, to seriously consider the risk that it poses to people of a more advanced age. In addition to all of that, we'll have a number of other things that we're working on. There'll be some hand wash stations available so that people can wash their hands before they come into the sanctuary. Masks will be required to be in the sanctuary for everybody in the space so that we can continue to keep each other safe. I want to talk a little bit about masks in general. I know that it is a big issue out there right now in the culture, and it is for us as people of faith as well. The quote for the title of this comes from the line that Uncle Ben says to Spider-Man. As he is laying there dying, being shot, he says to young Peter Parker, "With great power comes great responsibility." He knows that Peter has these powers and these abilities, and he's reminding him that you are not just free to do with them what you want. That with these abilities comes a certain responsibility and a certain power. For us as people of faith, this power, this promise, of hope and resurrection in Jesus Christ doesn't come without a price. With this power comes great responsibility. I know that some of you don't want to wear masks. I know that the idea of it offends you. I know that you hate it. I know a lot of things. But I also know that the medical people, the CDC, the Texas Department of Health, have said over and over again, while not foolproof, it is the best way to keep people safe in this moment. To keep you safe, to keep me safe, to keep us safe from each other, and still allow us to begin to do the work that we've been given to do, to still allow us to go to the store and to do those things. It's not foolproof. And I know it's frustrating. I was at Lowe's today and I had it on and I couldn't breathe and it was hot and I was frustrated by it and it just kept riding up on me. But I was wearing this shirt with your name and your logo and with the cross of Christ on it, and I reminded myself, with great power comes great responsibility. That being a man of person and a man of faith, it's not just about me. It's about doing whatever I can to protect those around me, to protect the least of these. If my wearing my mask meant that somebody else who had a busted pipe, who may have been infirmed or a little bit older or a little bit out of good health, could go into the store and get what they needed and be safe, then I have a responsibility to do that. Let's not climb onto the cross with Christ. We're not doing all that. But we take him as our model. In the next 2 weeks, as we prepare this process, as we prepare to begin to open up whenever that will be, I'm going to try and drop a number of videos throughout the week at random times and places just to help us all reflect on what these changes might be. And remind us that even though this is crazy and even though this is weird, that these waters never stop. That this light always burns. And that this building will be filled once more with rejoicing and the proclamation of the good life and the good news of Jesus Christ. One of my favorite things that we say comes from the funeral liturgy. I think it's important for us in this weird moment, in this death, to be reminded that for to us as people of faith, life is changed, not ended. There is opportunity in this moment, and there is a chance for us to be made new once more in Jesus Christ. And so, I invite you in these coming 2 or 3 weeks, or however long it takes to get us back into this place, to reach out. Let me know how you feel about it. Drop me an email, give me a call, shoot me a text. Tell me what you're thinking. I want to hear from you. It helps us to make an informed decision with the vestry. Most importantly, I ask you to pray with us, that we can do what we are called to do to keep everyone in our community safe. Not just in this building, but in our whole community. That we can do our part to keep people safe and to keep people working. That we can do our part to be models of Jesus Christ. To bless the sick, to soothe the suffering, to shield the joyous. I know it's late on a Friday and I don't want to keep you all night. So guide us waking, O Lord, and guard us sleeping. That awake we may watch with Christ, and asleep we may rest in peace. I will see you, some of you tonight at 10 o'clock for Compline. If not, I will see you at 9:30 on Sunday. We'll proclaim the good news of Jesus Christ with all the bells and whistles that we can muster these days. Know that you are in my heart. So wherever you are, be good to yourself. Be good to each other. Most importantly, do good things. Good night, y'all.
Dum 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 Cold is the water. It freezes your already cold mind. Already cold, cold mind. Death is at your doorstep, and it will steal your innocence, but it will not steal your substance. You are not alone in this. You are not alone in this. As brothers we will stand and we'll hold your hand. Hold your hand. You are the mother of your baby child, the one to whom you gave life. And you have your choices, and these are what make them great. His ladder to the stars. You are not alone in this. You are not alone in this. As brothers we will stand